You're listening to WIDR Kalamazoo, and we're the Pop Effect Podcast. Your hosts are
Paige,
Emma,
and Olivia. Hello, everybody. Hello.
I'm never doing that again.
No, I think you're so good at it, Emma.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
It's really girly pop this week, and I'm really glad about it.
Yeah, we're back to 4, and we're talking about all like
Girly pop.
girlies,
As
which is very on brand for us.
Yeah, let's be honest.
As
we all
should.
dressed up as our favorite Taylor Swift era today.
True. If you want to see, go to our Instagram and look at our story.
You don't get a free promo. You can't guess. Take it. Go to the Instagram.
Who wants to?
Usually you do it. I enjoy it when you do it.
Thank you. Okay, so here are our topics for today. We are talking about Taylor Swift's Eras Tour for her opening week, but now it's not really her opening week anymore. But and then Lives of Child Stars in Hollywood, and then Lana Del Rey's 9th studio album. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard?
It's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful, but I love it. And then the Lollapalooza lineup.
Let's
you're about to hear hand
go.
cracks.
Let's go.
Hey, let's get into it. Okay. Taylor Swift Eras Tour.
Woohoo! My favorite topic of today.
Oh, it's exciting. And we're starting off with it.
I know.
So, there's been a lot of talk about her set list.
Yes, I literally was like, I had gotten back from like a big event because it was like St. Patty's Day, and I was very tired, and I woke up and I was like, the first thing I was like, what's the set list? What's the set list?
I think the first opening night, I like saw it on TikTok Live, so I watched like a little bit of the tour.
I literally, I was
everywhere.
I was
People are
passed
streaming
out. I
it.
was so exhausted.
Which I actually think is really nice. I think, especially in the era of concert etiquette that just does not exist anymore, the fact that people were willing to take the time to, post about it, I respect that. Because there's literally no concert etiquette anymore, so bravo.
Here, I have a very weird opinion about this. I think it depends on the concert. I think when it's like a pop, like loud, extravagant concert, you're allowed to stand up and sing. Like I saw like videos of like this one girl at the Vegas show. She was the only girl in her section standing. She wasn't even loudly singing. She was literally just singing along to like the folklore section. I think everyone else was sitting down and silent.
I think there's a whole debacle over
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about today.
well, no. I'm just saying there's a whole like debate whether people should stand up or sit down during concerts, and it's like you never know if somebody has like chronic disease or something, or they can't like stand up for so long. Like, why are we getting mad at people for sitting down during concert when you have seats given to you?
I'm just gonna say it's not seats, it's like the pit. That is
100% the pit.
But that's not the conversation for today. But just saying the fact that people were willing to take, waste their storage, probably their phone was probably 1,000,000 degrees after 5 hours of the concert.
Oh my gosh.
Bravo. Honestly, I give mad props. So yeah, speaking of 5 hours, Taylor's set list alone is 3 hours and 10 minutes.
They better be selling energy drinks there, because I can't stay awake that long.
And to preface how long that is, I went to go see Gracie Abrams at the beginning of this month, and with the opener and her, the entire show was 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Gracie's was?
The entire show with her, Gracie singing, as well as Tiny Habits, the opener, 3 hours.
Let's be honest then, the people who have Gracie opening their show is probably going to be longer.
Well, yeah, because think about, because
like Gail, she doesn't have that many songs to sing.
Well, okay, at one of the tours, one of the dates, Gail and Paramore opened.
Yeah,
the same
insane.
night. And then Taylor. Like, that must have been like 5 hours. I'm just like,
oh, it is.
Well,
that's like wild.
Well, I think when it's like the two openers, because like Gail is very, like, she's 18 years old. She's very new to, like, she only has like 2 or 3 songs, I think. So she, to be fair, she probably had to.
She has an album.
She did.
She literally has a debut album.
Sorry. But to be fair, compared to like, I literally did not. I'm so. Let's be honest though.
You're
gonna be so honest.
I understand.
Well, honestly,
It's Gail. Like,
she'll never have a career anymore, which is sad. It's gonna take 5 years for her to get over the fact that she pulled out one of the worst songs in TikTok history.
it definitely wasn't one of the worst songs, but it was one of the like quote unquote good. It was one of the worst.
Emma, you said that you liked it, and then I've roasted you for 5 years.
To be fair, that was after like the second time that I heard it.
Song.
That was like the second time I heard it, and then I got annoyed with it.
Yeah.
But
anyways, But yeah, that was I would be so jealous of people who got to see Paramore and then Taylor on the same night.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Gives
god,
me
the people that are gonna
nightmares.
get to see Phoebe, Gracie, and Taylor,
Literally,
the holy
like,
trinity
what?
of sad girl
Nightmares.
music. Like,
Nightmares about it, but it's fine.
And then we should also bring up that each date, Taylor is singing
oh,
she's been singing 2 special
Yeah.
acoustic songs, and
That-
she's never repeating any of them.
I'm never gonna get to hear Mirrorball live.
I
I'm
know.
convinced, and that like genuinely,
She just sang Cowboy Like Me.
I know.
And
when I heard about
our
Mirrorball, I cried.
song, was that the one from
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's singing with a country accent.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't wait for debut.
Which
just
which
to hear
makes
it.
me, everyone was saying like, because she did Red and she didn't really use that country accent, and then she did Fearless and she didn't really use that country accent. Now I'm like, she's 100%.
strong on debut.
I'm like, she's 100% using her some kind of country accent on debut.
needs it.
It
We
might not
need
be as
it.
strong, but she'll definitely use
Okay,
it.
I have a question for you two because you're both going. What's like the surprise song that you want to hear when you go?
I don't care.
Either I have
Any
3.
song.
Okay.
I don't even. I can't even remember if this was Better Man on the set list.
No.
Okay, then I want to hear that.
She hasn't done any of the vault tracks. I don't
hasn't?
think. Besides All Too Well 10 minutes.
Well, to be fair, it's been like 3 shows.
Good luck, soldier.
Yeah, but I mean, even like just on the regular like set list. Like,
I know,
there's
but
no vault
it's gonna get
tracks.
to a point where she's gonna have to like pick vault tracks.
Oh, she sang Snow on the Beach because she shouted.
Oh, that was amazing.
I know she was like, we have a duty to like stream this
Yeah.
album.
And I love how she was like, but don't get too excited. She's not here tonight.
Oh my god, she was
I think I'm
like,
taking you.
she's not
I'm sorry,
coming.
I just cackled into the mic. Usually I remember to like go up, like move my head elsewhere, but I forgot. So sorry if anyone's wearing headphones. So I have 3.
Okay.
Better Man, Run, and Dear John.
She's never singing Dear John.
I know.
That's a pipe dream.
I'm just
But you
saying.
know, maybe she
Two
will.
vault tracks and a song she's never gonna sing. Emma, your probability for those songs are so low.
You need to pull a me
I
and just
do-
be thankful that you're there.
No, you should have hope.
No, because the thing is, I literally was saying like before before I even knew I had like, actually no, that's a lie. I said this like literally the day I got tickets. I was like, if I get to hear Better Man and Dear John live, like it'll be therapy, especially for a specific person that's going with me. It'll be therapy.
I think Better Man probably is the one out of those 3 that there might be some
Yeah, I would
possibility.
agree.
So I'm hoping.
Will be. I literally like sobbed the other day. Like literally was like inconsolable when I was listening to it because I was just like actually listening to the lyrics like very closely, and I was like, I can't. No, it's so. Ugh.
I never realized, because I don't listen to Little Big Town, I didn't realize that she gave them that song.
Yeah, that's not her. She was not the original. Babe is, for a while, that was actually one of my favorite, like my second favorite Red song.
Mm-hmm.
But
Let's get some facts for y'all.
Yeah, we're like talking about our
Let's
opinion.
give you some facts.
Um,
This is probably going to end up being the biggest tour in the world.
Yeah.
Like genuinely the biggest tour in the world. Oh my god. Wait. So I can't read right now. Can you read it?
Yeah. So this tour is challenging to become the highest grossing tour of all time. So just in the US leg of this tour, she's estimated to get between 624 million
I thought it
to
was $1 billion.
I saw a million on Twitter, but I'd be surprised
A
if
billion seems like a little bit of a
No,
stretch.
like for the entire.
Well, this is just for the US.
Yeah, like racking in revenue. I don't mean like.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
So between 624 million to 728 million.
My
just for the US,
God.
And oh my god, the international Swifties are upset, my guys. Like, it's rough. It is. She's already into the U.S. tour. People have like seen the set list. Everyone's seen the stage and everything, and she has yet to even announce. She has yet to even announce
wow.
international
Man,
dates.
She'll get there. They need to calm down.
The thing is, though,
You
in
need
the
to calm
UK,
down.
Literally, like it ain't that deep, bro.
in the UK, they like announced when they announced that the tour was even happening, before they had announced like specific dates when you can get tickets or whatever. They had made like a thing for like UK Swifties of like, hey, if you buy merch, you're more likely to get
I
tickets.
did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I mean, she's a capitalist.
Yeah.
Like, okay, come on, guys. Like,
Talk about this for
can
like
we
a little
please get our heads out of the gutters? Like,
Oh,
she's
Taylor's-
not missing the revenue grab. She will go to the over the seas, under the sea, over the sea. She's going over there. Everyone chill.
Yeah.
Everyone chill. But even crazier was that she broke Madonna's record. That is huge.
Yeah.
I mean,
for
yeah.
the most attended female concert in U.S. history.
That is huge.
I know. Like
That's Madonna. That is literally.
And she's going on tour soon.
Madonna is.
Yeah.
We talked about the
Madonna's
tour.
not breaking that record again.
Oh no.
I have to sneeze. One second.
Bless you.
Bless you, girl.
Okay. Something that we need to talk about that is really near and dear to Emma's heart. Do you want me to say it?
Are we talking about
Yes.
certain songs?
We're talking about this. So in the set list, she starts off with like Lover and she ends with Midnights because it's her most recent. So everyone was expecting a good chunk of songs from each album, but sadly for Emma, Speak Now only has one song on
I
the set list.
literally, when I found this out, I don't remember if it was my sister, my mom, my grandma. I called someone, and I was genuinely in tears because I was
Yeah.
like, of all of this song, like I love Enchanted, but of all of like the albums where she was like, just one song that's gonna represent that entire album, it was Enchanted. Like,
That's like the most iconic song.
no, but
like,
what
popular
I'm
song.
saying is like of all the albums that she was like, oh, we're only gonna do one song.
It was Speak Now.
Like,
Well,
why?
she did one. She only did Tim McGraw for debut. Like she didn't even do our song. for debut. Yeah, but our song is the song that catapulted her career.
No, it was Tim McGraw.
It was Tim McGraw.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe then I was just like in my basement when I was like 6, listening to our song, being like, yeah.
Well, that's pretty valid because I feel like people do or Picture to Burn because
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like each song kept making her more and more famous. Tim McGraw though, that's like what got
Okay.
her like she
On the
was
radio.
like yeah, she was like playing festivals with just that song. I know.
Anyways, but we all know the reason why she only is singing one Speak Now song.
Yeah,
It's because
because-
Speak Now's coming out.
It's Taylor's version.
Taylor's version.
for the adults listening that don't understand that. Yes, however, if that does not come out by June, and that she doesn't change that, it's not that I'm gonna be upset. It's like I know realistically that this is probably the only time I'm ever gonna get to see Taylor live, unless she does another tour in 10 years, because I'm not gonna be able to afford those tickets.
Yeah.
When I'm just like working my like desk job, I won't be able to afford that. So,
she's
It's
gonna
like-
go on tour again.
huh?
She's
She
gonna
doesn't
go
know
on
if she's
tour
going to be able
again.
to afford it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You're gonna be fine. Trust me. You're
no,
gonna be
what
fine.
I'm saying is like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just like worried. Like, am I ever gonna get to hear Speak Now like
Yeah.
live? Like the album that genuinely like Folklore is the album that made me like a Taylor like stan.
Right.
Like before I liked Taylor Swift and I like loved her music, but like Folklore is what made her a stan. But Speak Now is what made me like a psycho Swiftie,
Yeah.
pretty much. So. I like
went-
that's just something. It's like it's near and dear.
I went to that tour when I was like 10.
Yeah, I've literally never been more jealous.
Let me shove it in your face a little bit.
Well, I didn't get Eras Tour, so at least I had that. Like, give me something.
Hey, I saw a lot of people because like
So
prices
funny.
were going down a lot
Yeah.
for like the first few shows, like back down to like 100 and something. Like people were getting like it wasn't like the first bowl, it was the second bowl. They got 2 tickets for $90. I know, and they got them the day before. So,
Shoot.
and that's what I did. Like that's how I got tickets to One Direction's last tour the day before.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know when they were bought, but I was told about it the day before. So
I have more to say.
Okay.
Just a reminder, you're listening to 89.1 Wider FM online at widrfm.org. I really tried to enunciate it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
okay, it sounded good.
Thank
So
you.
I believe, I have faith. I think that you'll be able to go.
Listen, my thing about concerts right now is obviously love Taylor, but I'm not going to sit here and say Taylor Swift is in my top 3 artists of all time. Like, I'm not going to say that. So, like,
That's
I'm saving going to concerts for people who I actually know, like, so, like, most of their discography. which I do know a lot of Taylor
I was about to
Swift
say, I was
songs.
like, I know for a fact that you know
But
most of her.
I just want to make sure that I'm going to like my absolute favorite artist concerts
Yeah.
because,
They
or
are-
smaller artists that I love
Yeah.
because I don't want to spend so much money on a Taylor
Yeah,
Swift
I don't
ticket.
even
mean,
want
that's-
to know how much I'm gonna have to. Like me and my dad, he was like trying to help me because like he knows a lot more about like because he has to travel, so he knows a lot more about booking hotels and like how to find cheap ones. And we were looking and we were trying to get like the closest ones for a concert that is 3 months away, and we weren't even looking at the day of. We were looking at the day before or the day after. I can't remember which one it was, and it was like everything within like a 10-mile radius is completely sold out. And when you think about how many cars are going to be driving in, that means we're going to have to leave our hotel wherever we're at. We're either going to get to walk 10 miles or we're going to have to sit in traffic for 5 hours and then sit in a stadium for 5 hours and then take 5 hours to leave. But we'll see.
It'll all work out. It all will. I hope you have a fun time there. We'll see if she releases Speak Now, but I have a feeling she's not going to release an album during her tour.
I don't even think
Wild.
that's fair, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I know that it'd be easier for us because we get to see her in June, but I don't even think that's fair. Because I know Speaking Now is probably half of Vegas's favorite, and then they didn't get to
True,
hear it.
that's a good
So
point. That's
I
a
mean,
good
I know a lot of like I know that I was just talking about One Direction, but that's what happened on their last tour. They released Made in the AM halfway through, and some of those people are the only people in the world who will ever get to hear that album live.
That's wild.
And
oh my God.
when I tell you, the girlies were upset. So I do get what you're saying.
yeah.
I don't think it's fair.
I was one of the
personally.
girlies. I was 13 years old and I had a lot of rage.
Hey, I don't blame you.
Yeah. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Are we good with that?
Yes.
Justice. What I wrote down. My only thing is justice for Speak Now.
Yeah.
That's all.
She's coming soon, girl. Just be patient. Okay, now we're gonna talk about lives of child stars, especially ones that like we grew up watching.
Yes.
So I thought of this topic because there was a whole like situation that happened with Amanda Bynes recently.
Yeah.
Where she was just kind of not in the right headspace out on the street, and then she got admitted to an institution, I
Yes.
think.
She
Yeah.
was pretty much. It was like the 51-50, where you're just like
Yeah.
you don't really get the choice.
And I really hope that she's like getting better because she was one of my favorite child stars, especially from Hairspray. Like that's
Oh
one of my
my
favorite movies.
god.
I think
Literally, that was a performance of. I genuinely, if she didn't get any awards, she should have gotten awards for
No,
that.
literally,
that was so
Oscar.
good.
We are all
Give her the
Hairspray
Oscar.
fanatics here.
But you know, she had such a successful career when she was
I
younger. She
know,
was in
it was
so many
crazy.
shows. She carried Nickelodeon for a long time, but
On her
like,
back.
you know, like
Not only just
iCarly
Nickelodeon,
stuff.
but like young movies, like She's All That.
What a Girl Wants.
What a Girl Wants is one of my literally top 3 early 2000s movies, and I
Yeah.
stand by that. I love
Is
that
that what
movie
it's called?
so much.
She's All That.
Yeah.
I never remember what they're
Wait,
called.
Is that what it's called?
No,
No, that's not.
that's
right
not
one.
yours.
That's
That's a different
Okay,
one.
I'm awful with names.
She's the man.
She's
She's the man. See,
Hey,
I knew
that's
it
close
started
enough.
with she. I knew it started with
Close
she.
enough. But yeah, and just
What? She's All That. What is that?
It's with
That's the one
Freddie
where the
Prinze
nerd gets to
Jr.
make- Makeover.
Oh, that's
what else am I supposed to call her? The nerd. She's the nerd who gets a makeover and then looks the same.
She's the
Just- she just doesn't have glasses
She's
on.
the artsy girl who took off her overalls and glasses,
Yeah,
and now
literally.
she's perfect.
that's what I thought that college was going to be like for me. Just take off. I'll get contacts. I'll wear normal clothes.
Me
Nope.
in 5th grade. That's literally me. But it's just weird to think about how Amanda Bynes' like career changed, and she was in a conservatorship. I think she has gotten out of it.
Yeah, so going off of that, because I was on the conservatorship. I was watching every documentary for Britney Spears.
Yeah.
What happened with the whole thing was that honestly, Amanda Bynes didn't really get any attention until people found out that Britney Spears was in a conservatorship, and when like I want to say hype, because that's not the word, when the movement to get her out of it was very prevalent, people were like, wait, another icon, Amanda Bynes,
2022.
is in a conservatorship. So it is just, it's so upsetting because I think both of these women, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say who had a bigger impact because that's not doesn't
They're on
matter.
different
Yeah, you
ends of,
shouldn't
like,
be in a
different
conservatorship
entertainment.
regardless.
They were also like kind of like the child stars of different generations.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's the fact that people now are like, why does she look like that? Why does she do that? And it's like, well, she was just in a conservatorship. I bet once again. Well, I think she, from what I remember, I think either she wanted to be in it, but then didn't realize how bad it was getting or how much control was being taken away from her, or a Britney Spears situation. Regardless, nobody should ever be in a conservatorship.
Yeah. That's I don't know why that's legal, and it's crazy. I literally don't understand why that's legal. Why one person should have complete control over another adult, especially when there's a lot of money involved. Like I do get it when it's like maybe a parent who has like a child with like extreme like special needs, who that child is just genuinely like not like able to like make certain like medical decisions, or like even when like let's say someone's like in a coma, and it's like that, like I get it with that situation, but when it's like a famous person who just like can't handle their money, well I guess
I feel like a lot of probably Amanda Bynes would like the reasoning for her conservatorship. I'm not saying like I agree that she should have been it, but I'm saying that like maybe they used her like trauma from being in Nickelodeon, being exploited, to be like, to justify her being like mentally unwell, mentally unstable, to put her in a conservatorship. I think there's a lot to say about Nickelodeon child stars getting abused. I know there's been so many stories come out.
Dan Schneider should never have been working.
Everybody wants to like separate themselves from Nickelodeon now, and like we hear stories about like Jeanette McCurdy and like Liz Gillies and Ariana Grande about their experience, but not trying to compare. But like Amanda Bynes, she was like in the 90s, so she was like with Nickelodeon for so long.
Yes.
So like that probably impacted her. It did impact her so much.
Yeah, and especially back in like the 90s, things were like as the decades went on, it was like less and less like considered okay to take advantage of actors and actresses. And while they all struggled a lot, I feel like the kids from the 90s, it was just so crazy.
Yeah.
The way that like the 80s were probably even worse.
Yeah. Like
So,
each decade
it was just
worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, there's a documentary called Kid 90. I don't know if Emmy's listening to this. It is one of the most like depressing documentaries. I genuinely had I'm not gonna lie, an actual crisis after it, because it really shows like what happens. Because I mean, they're abusing substances because no one's telling them no. A lot of the times, the parents are also a really big problem where they don't. I mean, a great example of like, because we have points right now, like how child stars maintain success and others don't. I think a lot of it does do with the parents, because a great example of this is Melissa Joan Hart when she was on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Her mom never left the set. She was there every single day with her daughter, because her daughter was 15 when she played Sabrina.
How
Obviously,
old was Harvey? Do we know?
I don't know, but they both they respected each other, and I mean, it's very hard to get like a young boy the same age, because they want 15-year-olds to like be like, why don't I look like that when they're 24? That's a different story. But I think parents have a lot to do with it, and I wouldn't be, and I'm pretty sure Amanda Bynes has said that she doesn't want to talk to her mom ever again because of it. Same with Jeanette McCurdy, with
Jeanette McCurdy's mom is infamously
the worst. Well,
gone.
Well, duh. But I think it's just really interesting, because when you think about it, I don't know how to explain it, because I think you could just see like the two girls. I think Amanda and obviously Britney are the ones that we've really known that have been in a conservatorship. You really could never know. You never know if Lindsay Lohan was in one and just like put under the rug. You really don't know with any of the stars.
She probably
I mean, you see Lindsay Lohan now. She's like making her comeback.
It took a while, though, and it took a lot.
Yes. I genuinely don't know if I'm not praying on their downfall, because that's the last thing I would do. But I don't know if Amanda Bynes or Britney Spears could come back from that, because that is years years upon years of trauma.
Yeah.
And you just have to, because I mean, everybody was so mad when Amanda Bynes was like getting tattoos on her face or whatever. It was like, why do you look like that? It was like, would you expect her to act like a normal person?
Yeah, my sister just texted me like a lot of the facts about Amanda Bynes. So
Speak,
apparently
girl.
she was addicted to prescription pills that she took to lose weight. They forced her to take them to keep her successful.
I was thinking
Yes,
this
yes,
exact same
exactly.
thing.
It affected her mental health horribly, and she ended up dealing with an eating disorder too. She started having public mental breakdowns, and those were used to justify her conservatorship. Sounds a lot
Yeah.
like Britney.
That's literally Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a horrible, oh my gosh, I could not imagine. And I think something else that, like, we should kind of look at is how, like, the difference between child stars from Disney and Nickelodeon. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of the child stars from then are, like, super, super, like, very successful. Like, think about Selena Gomez and Miley Cyrus right now.
Yeah.
But then there's also Ariana Grande on Nickelodeon.
Yeah. I think Disney as a company was awful. Obviously, Demi Lovato is a great example of this, where especially in their documentary, Simply Complicated, one of my favorite documentaries of all time.
Yeah, it's
seen
a
it.
rough watch though.
Oh,
I'm not
it
gonna
is
lie.
literally phenomenal. I'm not even joking. I think I've watched it over 100 times.
I think
It's
I watched
phenomenal.
it with you.
There's no way I would have remembered that. I remember every time I've watched a documentary. No, I'm telling you, we did not watch it together. I will go to my no, no. I'm going to my grave saying we never watched it together. But
I watched it with someone.
I'm telling you, it's not me because I would have been a menace. But anywho, Demi does a really good job in that documentary talking about how, and everyone around her, Demi had to be a role model.
Yeah.
When she's 15 years old, and Demi has to be like, oh my God, don't do drugs, like blah, 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 blah. And
while they were doing drugs.
yeah. So, but I do also agree that there's many more Disney stars that have been successful over Nickelodeon. But I think
Yeah.
that Dan Schneider is clearly the problem with Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And I think that the problem with Disney is just the conditions that they were under. But Dan was an actual person that could literally be a living representation of all of their trauma that goes into Nickelodeon.
Yes.
Because I heard stories of the Victorious cast. He would encourage them to drink, and they would do a lot of their scenes hungover.
Yeah. The guy who played Beck
Yes.
literally was talking about how he was literally trying not to throw up half the time because he was almost all of his scenes were hungover.
And
Yeah.
that was encouraged for some reason.
I'm not saying that let's be honest, they probably would have been doing that anyway at that age. But the fact that it was they probably were giving them the alcohol. They weren't
Yeah,
they weren't having to
exactly.
do what most kids were doing at that age, which is where they're either stealing it from their parents,
Yeah.
they're getting someone older to buy it for them, they're having to jump through hoops to get it. These kids were probably being handed it on a silver platter, and they were
Yeah.
probably being given heavy amounts of alcohol. Here's 4 bottles of Tito's for 5 of you for 2 days. Have fun.
yeah. I don't know. It's just a whole weird, I know at some point there's going to be a huge documentary about
Oh, yeah.
Nickelodeon.
Oh, it has to be building.
Honestly,
Someone's in the
probably
works.
in
No,
Nickelodeon
someone is
stars.
in the works.
Yeah, it's probably already being done right now, but it's gonna take so long
Yeah.
to do. It's probably not coming out for 5 or 6
yeah.
years.
I mean, you have shows on shows on shows, and people on people on people on people who have been
Yeah.
affected by Dan. Just Dan as a person, and obviously Dan is probably the biggest problem, but there has to be even more because there's no way.
There's no way that it's not just
Yeah,
one.
there's no way that just Nickelodeon is oh my God.
Everybody had to follow. Everybody who worked for him had to encourage
there were
that stuff,
probably
too.
there are probably
Exactly.
people who were pressured into doing
well,
that.
exactly. So that's why this documentary, whenever it comes out,
It's gonna come out.
that's
Yeah.
gonna
I
literally
also-
change lives.
I also think that a big difference between maintaining success for Disney versus Nickelodeon is Nickelodeon was mainly looking for actors. I'm gonna let Paige do something real quick.
No. I was just saying
okay. Nickelodeon was mainly looking for funny actors. Disney was looking for
the whole deal.
the package and the way that
good point.
it's you're telling me that all of the girlies could sing, even people who were Like the Oliver got Mitchell Musso. He
I know
he came out of the literally there were like people who were like tiny side characters. They could all sing, they could all act, they could all dance.
That's why
I
Victorious
loved her.
started. You know that, right? That is why Victorious was a show. Was because Nickelodeon was trying to replicate what
Yeah.
Disney was.
Yeah, but like the thing is, Disney
that's
was
literally the only reson why that's a show.
To be fair though, Disney really just as an overall company, it's more than just Disney Channel. Disney Channel is a
Oh, God,
tiny
yeah.
part. So I think that they do have a lot more connections. So those kids are already like, even if they had like 10% of the talent, like
You can go
compared
to
to like a
voice,
Nickelodeon
whatever.
kid or like voice actor, whatever, they're gonna probably be a lot more successful than like, even think about it, like Olivia Rodrigo and Jenna Ortega, like they got like not really discovered, but like became more like well known with our generation, even just well, not ours, they were kind of
They're kind of ours, yeah.
I think that's different to talk about though because they weren't in the golden era.
that's true.
Yeah, they were on Disney, but like nobody really watched their shows.
No, actually I did
And
watch
Jenna
Bizarre Bar.
Ortega, like obviously she's gonna be in Disney and she's a nepo baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so,
Anyways, very good point though. I really like
Yes.
what you said. Just a reminder, you're listening to 89.1 Wider FM online at widrfm.org, and we're gonna take a break. Yep, we'll be back in probably like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So see you then.
Woo! Hello.
We're back.
We are back.
Okay, about to get into
The best thing I've ever heard in my
my
life.
favorite topic today.
Same.
Oh my god! Do you want to say it?
I just sit back and observe.
No, you're gonna have stuff to say. We're gonna include you. Don't worry.
Well, I listened to part of it,
Yay!
her.
Okay.
and I actually really enjoyed one of the songs.
Good. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so obviously we know Lana just released her 9th studio album. I'm gonna try not to butcher it this time. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard?
So many words.
Boulevard.
You know that her album every time is like, that's gonna be so much money to like print on everything. Like, please give us cheaper things.
I just say tunnel under Ocean Boulevard now.
Yeah, people just say Ocean
Or
Boulevard.
Ocean Boulevard or something. Anyway, so before the album even came out, I was looking at a bunch of critic reviews and everything was like 8 out of 10 or higher,
Yeah.
which was like, it's pretty good for a critic's review.
Yeah. Because usually critics like will literally like absolutely destroy like some of the best art to ever be
Yeah.
released because it's
No.
like not.
Literally on one of them, they gave like Born to Die, which like obviously is her debut, like one of her
Yeah.
most iconic. They gave it like a 5. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so that means this has to be like
Yeah.
really good.
Do you want to talk about the reading off the set list for the first time of all the names? The Shoulders one?
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's a song that's called Grandfather, Please Stand on the Shoulders of My Father who's deep.
While he's deep
While
sea
he's
fishing.
Deep sea fishing.
Yeah,
And then
deep
it was
sea
supposed to be
fishing.
longer like for sharks in the Pacific or something.
Yeah, that's like the it says that in the chorus, but she like removed it from the title. Which, okay, have to say,
So
it's one of the
many
best
words.
on the albums. Like,
It's
you cannot
so
deny
many
it.
I knew it. I was right.
Yeah, Olivia knew it. She was like,
I was-
that's number one, like,
I knew it.
prediction.
Okay, so going into it, personally for me, I knew it was gonna be good because it's Lana Del Rey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Is
okay.
it better than you're like?
Nothing
No.
ever will. Nothing ever will. But I
But
think it's good.
I need about like 6 months to actually know like my ranking and like,
Oh my god,
I need
same.
to like
Fair.
I need like to know every single second of this album before I actually put it into like perspective with the other albums.
Yeah, I would
Um,
agree.
But I do have to say that I think this is probably her most cohesive album that we've heard.
Mhm.
Just with the themes, I think it's very heavy on like family, you know, like
Religion.
religion, yes, but bigger like transitions within her like love life. Like there's a lot about wanting to start a family and like getting married and having children. There's a lot of talk about that. There's a lot of reflecting on like trauma in the past. I think it has 2 of her saddest songs of all time. I think Fingertips is her saddest song to date.
Saying a lot because Lana's like the sad girly.
It's literally just a story of like her whole life
Mm-hmm.
and like the most depressing things that has ever happened. There's not a chorus. It's literally just verses.
Slay.
It's so sad. but it's really incredible.
You can tell that this caffeine is not doing what it should be.
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. That's
I think that this is her most vulnerable album,
Yes.
which says a lot because Lana Del Rey has always been a very vulnerable artist. That's why, I mean, it's the same thing with any artist who really prioritizes their songwriting over everything. Like, Lana Del Rey is a poet, and I think especially in this album it was very clear, and not that she didn't have anything to prove, but I think after Chemtrails and Blue Banisters, people were like, oh, like, she can't hang, pretty much. And she was like, okay, well, actually, yeah, I can.
Did you see? I think it was Billboard. Was it? They ranked Chemtrails as her best album.
That is very correct.
I love Chemtrails.
That is very correct.
But I do think it, like, okay. I think it still fits, like, the style of writing that she's had for the past, like,
Oh,
4 years.
100%.
So it's weird to see, like, people who, like, don't like her last 2 albums liking this one. And I'm like,
It is so funny.
probably the people that when was the last time that she released an album?
2021.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe it was like all the quarantine people who like were like,
No.
oh, I hate it, but now they're like part of the Lana bandwagon, so they have to like this.
I think it's just because her singles were getting really popular, so it's probably people. It's like when Taylor released Folklore and everybody started listening to her again.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like that now.
Oh, I fully agree. I think especially, obviously, Ocean Boulevard was a phenomenal song, but I think when A&W came out, that's when people were like, in a sense, like in quotations, like, Lana Del Rey is back. And then it was like the bandwagon fell off right again with the Grants because people were like, ew, another piano ballad. And I was like,
my favorite song.
No, literally.
I was like, oh my
And
God.
I was like, I was listening to it and I was like, she's religious, right?
Oh,
because
Yeah.
I was just hearing it and I was like, this sounds like something like I went to one of those like church camps over like when I was
Vacation
a kid.
Bible School?
No.
Oh.
Like
I
a
went to
literal.
Vacation
You
Bible
got
School.
so excited.
I went to so many vacation Bible schools, but I'm saying it was like 7 days like in the woods, like in cabins.
That sounds. It was.
No, like literally where we would just like be in cabins. It was literally like camp, except we would go to church 3 times a day. We would have like Bible study. We would have like all that crap. And literally in the mornings we would go to like this little like indoor chapel because at night church was outside, which was in the woods. It was literally in the woods. We would walk out with like bugs everywhere. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. In the mornings we would have like this rock band, this Jesus rock band, where we would literally be like jumping, like literally like heavy guitar, heavy drums, and this sounds just like a song that like would have been like the like soft emotional breakdown that we were listening to.
The Grants mean so much to me. That's like my song on the album. I knew it would be the minute I saw it. The minute I had a dream about it. I had a dream about the song. I was like, this. I did. I had a dream that me and Olivia were listening to it when the album released. I didn't realize it was going to be a single.
I haven't asked you guys how did release night go?
We're not going to talk about it. That's something that's like us.
We're gonna talk about it. But I do want to say that I just think that she's a lyrical genius. But I think also what's really interesting is that she has songs like The Grants, but then she also has Peppers.
I have so much to say.
She also has Peppers, and she also has Fishtail. And especially, I think what's also really interesting is that I think obviously this is her 9th studio album. Yes, it's different than all of her other albums, but I do think that she ties in with like all of her every single era she's had beautifully. I mean, obviously like Taco Truck and like
There's
you know.
okay. There is a lot of parallels between this album and like every other album because it's her reflecting on like all of her past eras. But NFR is so heavily referenced in this album.
It's insane.
Like Let the Light In, when she says love song and she sings it in the tone of love song.
I think that's why I love that song
literally
so
cried.
much. I think that's why I literally love that song so much.
And obviously at the end of Taco Truck is like the original version of one of her songs, Venice, and says the B word. So
Female Dog.
Yeah. Which is one of her best. Everybody knows it's one of her best songs.
Is there a song on the album that like disappointed you, or are they just like
The Judas Smith interlude.
That was
I saw a picture of him.
terrifying.
She literally Olivia. Oh, sorry, I'm like not near the mic. Olivia literally like gasped when she
I
saw that it
know.
was coming next, and she's like getting the remote ready to like
Have
skip
you seen a
it.
picture of him?
I don't want to know.
Huh?
Oh,
Oh, I thought
okay.
you were saying he was 20.
No.
I
No,
was like,
that
how
is so funny.
I can't say what I'm gonna say.
Is he the?
I think the only
No.
thing that I didn't like about her album was the interludes, which I kind of
Jean Baptiste interlude is good.
okay, yeah, it was good, but I think any like just like the idea of an interlude, although the Blue Bannisters one is phenomenal.
Oh my god, her best interlude of all time. I get down to that one. I'm like,
But I think like obviously also listen to them when I get the vinyl.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I would agree that it's so surprising how cohesive it is because of the fact that there's the Grants and Peppers. Like how is
really?
that cohesive?
What? So Peppers, is that like?
wait,
Hands on your knees, I'm Angelina Jolie.
Okay, wait. You're listening to 89.1 Wider FM online
the
at
lyrics.
widrfm.org. Okay, Peppers is wild because it features Tommy Genesis, who's
I
like
don't think I heard that.
Phenomenal.
I
you
think it was at the
haven't.
point in the
I
night where I
love
was like,
it.
I gotta go.
Also,
I'm tired.
people are like, why Angelina Jolie? And I'm like, there's so much. Like,
They
I
don't-
can't explain why
Yeah.
it makes sense on here. 'cause
It does.
It's not appropriate.
Can you tell me after?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But okay, you need to listen to it. I don't know if you like it, but it's really good.
It's so good.
I saw something on Twitter that made me understand why it's so cohesive.
Speak.
People are like, this album is literally just a tunnel of her life. So like it
Yes.
starts out dark, talking about like death and like really sad like trauma, and then in the middle it gets like super dark for saddest songs, and then after Fingertips it starts being like let the light in, you know, like stuff, and then the very end like reflects on NFR, which is all about like being
so
in love
good.
and
Is
stuff
Norman
like that.
Rockwell an actual like who?
Yeah,
No,
like
I
a
mean like
painter.
someone that she knew.
Oh, well, someone or something.
I'm
No, I didn't know what you said.
Is this a person that she knows, like based off of, or is it like just a famous person?
Just famous person.
Well, because
I
you know,
he's like a famous sculptor or painter or something.
I wouldn't know. I don't even know like
the only
A-list
other time I
celebrities.
heard about Norman Rockwell was on an episode in Shameless. That's like the first time I was like, oh my god, Norman
Yeah.
Rockwell. I didn't really know Norman Rockwell from Lana.
I'm pretty sure that's how most people, if they aren't like artsy peoples, they probably know.
Lana is super referential about people. She sings about people all the time. Just like random
yeah.
famous people.
Next album is just Taylor Swift.
like Ella Fitzgerald, she sang about Ella Fitzgerald.
Well, everyone
and-
knows who Ella Fitzgerald.
That
is.
yeah,
was
but there's like people
beautiful.
she like just sings about famous people all the time.
Yeah.
She references so many famous
That's so
people.
real though.
I know.
Like if I was an artist, I'd be like, I love Taylor
No,
Swift.
literally. Like,
And also, yeah, I think also it just makes sense for her as Lana Del Rey since she made the persona to be like Hollywood glamour, which obviously we've discussed on this podcast multiple times how she should not be limited to it. And I think this is probably her most Elizabeth Grant
yeah,
ever.
because
Ever.
one of her songs is literally just about how like there's no difference between Lizzie and Lana anymore. Like Lana's just her.
That made me sob.
I know. I cried.
That made me sob.
So yeah.
We're all in our crying
I just can't. I
times.
tried. Okay, genuinely, last night I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to Lana. I tried to listen to her other albums and I couldn't. I can only listen to this one right
I
now.
can't
Really?
either.
I can
I
only-
have an over 8-hour playlist of Lana and I can't listen to
No,
it.
literally, like
can't
I
listen.
just need to like memorize every single part of every single song in order to listen to other albums.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just like I
Yeah.
need to.
I'm glad that you guys got this after the disappointment of Midnights. I feel like you needed it.
Yeah, like genuinely, besides like Judah Smith interlude, it's like no skip for me.
Yeah.
And it's not
There-
even like Judah Smith interlude is so bad. It's just I'm not a religious person, so I don't connect to it.
I'm not. But I think also her
Well, you
laughing
guys do
in
say
it
that Lana
so
is your
funny.
religion.
Yeah, Lana's my religion, but
So-
not Judah Smith.
Ah, religion.
If it was Lana Del Rey preaching, I would have been like, oh yes.
I'm like, let's go.
Oh, it's not her?
No, it's
No.
Judah Smith.
It's a person
It's a
preaching.
literal pastor. He's from that really bad church. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's from that bad church because he's worked with Justin Bieber before.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a really like the actual like infamous bad church of like
Yeah, I'm
like
pretty
that Baptist.
sure.
No, like the Baptist church from like the middle of whatever, where
Oh.
those are the people that infamously go
No.
to like have their kids like protesting with
Oh,
like
no, no,
signs
no,
that
no,
say
no,
like
no, no,
kill
no, no,
all
no, no,
whatever.
like the celebrity church.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The really bad celebrity church.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, that's like the only reason I don't really listen to it. But I really think it's a no skip album. Personally.
Oh, I think it's
I thought you were
phenomenal.
talking about the Westboro Baptist Church.
No.
Yeah, we talked. I went to Catholic school. For those of you that don't know, and even they were like crapping on those people.
Okay, I think. Are we gonna talk about anything more besides
I
our
gen-
favorites on the album? Maybe.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. I don't even know my.
I'm not
favorite.
gonna lie. I don't know.
I
The
think,
the album is so fresh, and I think since I
know, that's
not that I
fine.
genuinely don't
Check back in 2 weeks.
like it's not that I genuinely don't like love listening to SZA or love to Midnights, but this just is not an album where I can just say, oh, I like this, and this song. I currently like every
no,
song,
genuinely,
That's
and I
I
need to limit it to what I actually listen to the most.
That's
no,
so
I
fair.
I genuinely to pick a favorite. I probably need a month. To, like,
So
fully absorb
that-
everything.
Before we go on break for summer, we will give you
we will tell
we
you.
will tell you our favorites.
That's so true. Because now that I know that we half the time everything goes back to Harry Styles for me. But like thinking about the first two albums, I genuinely like. I say that I have favorites because those are what I listen to the most. But I genuinely can't pick a favorite. With Harry's House, I can pick like 3 favorites, and I'm like, those are my favorites because the rest of them are not
Those
as
the
good.
ones you listen to. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Matilda,
Exactly.
Little Freak, Satellite, like.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so that's probably all we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
for
I'm
Lana's
ready.
Album.
I'm ready.
Now we're getting into Lollapalooza lineup, which Olivia is ready to take over right now.
Yes.
One, hi Dad, hi Yeti. Hope you're listening to our voices. Very funnily.
Yeti's her dog, by the way.
I am a god.
True.
I saw that that Lana Del Rey was going to all these festivals, and I swear I posted somewhere on Snapchat. I was like,
She might have been on your spam on Instagram.
she's going to Lollapalooza. Like, she is going to Lollapalooza. I was being delusional, but
It's the Lulu era.
I saw that it was going live, and I saw it, and I'm not gonna lie, I did cry.
I felt so bad, but I was genuinely cackling because I was with. She was just like literally just standing in my room.
me and
when it was happening.
me and Emma were in the middle of like a mad drama sesh, and I was like, "Hold up!" It's like literally like 10:30. I'm like, Emma, drama.
No, we were gossiping for like an hour at that point. And she was like, "Stop! Hold up!" Oh my god, it was so funny. She
And
was like jumping up and down like a schoolgirl. Like she was doing her little like laugh. Like
collab.
Okay.
I have experienced so many emotions this week after collapsing after watching the finale of Daisy Jones and the Six, which Emma also did brutally have to see me sobbing on the floor for that as well.
She was. Okay, wait. Someone take a picture of me right now. Okay, I'll show you what Olivia was talking. This is what she was doing.
All right, so Lollapalooza lineup. For the past few years, there have been a lot of like drama about if like Lollapalooza was even like, you know, like that girl, like that festival, and they outdid themselves. Oh, actually,
Have you ever been?
No.
I was
Wanna
gonna
go with
say really quickly, my dad.
I've already been before. No.
You're going with me. I was like, what?
No.
I was like, us. I was like, okay, you're going and I wasn't invited, but I listened to Lana Del Rey.
No, to be fair,
Oh, yeah, I'm talking
to be fair, to be fair though, I've already been, and I was already planning on going
okay,
before I
okay.
even knew the lineup. So
Dad, that was your answer. We don't know. Okay, sorry, but obviously Lana Del Rey, but even like Kendrick Lamar, Billie Eilish, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Odessa, Karol G, the 1975.
yeah. Oh my god, that's so funny. My mom literally like is now a fan of the 1975.
Like,
Personally,
I'm not either, but
I'm not the biggest fan, but I do gem out. So like,
Oh, yeah,
you would
they have
do,
good songs.
you do too for
I
a
will be happy to go
check.
'cause my sister likes them.
But I think for me personally, the main 3 people are I'm saying 3 people. I'm going to see Lana. It's like, I'm gonna be there. Like, you could not. It's my last leg. I would be dead the next day. I'd be found dead if I didn't go. So that's the
that's
truth.
true.
But other than that, my 3 main are Suki Waterhouse, Manifested Her as well.
yeah,
Men I Trust, that also made me almost collapse. wow. Because, okay, you know when you, like, find a really, like, not niche, I don't want to say niche, but just, like, a really good artist that you really, really enjoy, but you don't love them enough to spend money on their concert,
Yep. Yeah.
but you would still love to see them live. That's me with Men I Trust and These Sacred Souls. I love them all, and I think it also, you know, Mountjoy, The Backseat Lovers, AC Slater, Declan McKenna,
Rina Sawayama, Sabrina Carpenter,
Louis the Child.
That's
I would
on my list.
like, and I think also me and my dad and Mr. Hartman and
Oh
Ella.
my God, you and your dad are headlining?
No, yeah, we are. We talk about it a lot. It is just so nice to go to a music festival and just meet new people and enjoy. Last year, I saw Loca Cadi. I know my dad's laughing right now. And he was phenomenal. No, I kid you not. He was literally on like a piano, like standing on the piano, playing the piano.
What?
Like he's like on the top of the piano and then like, so if he's on the piano like this, he's like this, playing the piano.
Oh my God.
And that's like that's the beauty of a music festival. And that's why I think even,
Have you ever been to a music festival?
Yeah.
Was it like that East Lansing one that everyone went to?
But I saw Halsey.
Yeah,
Hey, and Jessie Reyes.
The funny thing is,
Hey.
I'm literally from that city. I lived there, and I never went.
I literally went one year, and I was like, oh my God, music festivals kind of stress me out. I'm just a claustrophobic person.
no, we actually,
I
I'll
had
tell
to
you this
leave
off
the
the
crowd when I was
I'll tell
with
you this
Ariana
off the
Grande.
air because we can talk about it.
There's
but
no air.
I think that there's just so much the beauty of a music festival. And this lineup for me personally was phenomenal. Not that I didn't love the lineup. She's everywhere I go. Not that I didn't not like the lineup last year because seeing Green Day is still one of the best
I
experiences
bet that
I've.
was so incredible.
That was genuinely one of the best like concerts. Even that was like I will never live that down
my sister.
ever.
I
will never live
Gabby,
that down.
did you
It
see
was
Green Day?
phenomenal. Please comment.
I genuinely think that I would punch like everyone that I love in the face to go see Green Day live,
Phenomenal.
sister-
and then
saw
they
them.
would support me in it, and they would go see it with me.
Gabby,
So-
text me if you saw Green Day. I think
Literally
I'm confusing
phenomenal.
it.
But I got to see Joe, which I'm so happy because I got to see him before his really bad album came out. So I was like,
Oh yeah, you were talking.
yes.
Okay, it was just not as good as his first one.
It was just not as good as 2020.
End of Beginning is one of his best songs ever.
To be fair,
no, I saw
that
Green Day's
is-
Grace. Oh,
I feel like it's
never
the
mind.
second album curse, where it's either your best album or your worst album.
Well, I think also 2020 is generally like a no skip album. I love that album. So it's like whatever. But I'm not even going to talk about the crowd. I'm not getting into that because I will actually get banned from this radio station. But but like got to see Joe, like Gracie Abrams, like I love everyone. And there's
Isn't that BTS band gonna be there?
I have no comment. Okay. So
Let's just hope
oh,
that it's not the camp
actually-
out starting at noon.
here's what I think was a really interesting thing. That's why I want to talk about it. Where there were a lot of people that were upset because, like, the 1975, I'm pretty sure they've been a Lala before. I know Lala. Oh my God, I know Lana has in 2016. So it's like,
1975
how
has
many
definitely been there.
how many times do you think an artist can go back to the same music festival without being too repetitive? But then, sidebar, think about the fact that they're coming out with new albums. But then, sidebar again, think about the fact that somebody can go to the Lollapalooza, get the 4-day pass every single year just because they love it, but they have to keep seeing the same people.
Well, I think it's a good question to ask if, like, did these artists headline before? Or
They
what?
all have.
Oh. Well, then it's definitely because they all have released new albums.
There's
because
al-
1975 just released an album.
There's-
Lana just released an album.
There's also like literally multiple main stages happening at the same time. Like when I was watching
Yeah.
Ariana Grande on the other side, I don't remember who it was. No, it was actually during Casey Musgraves because that's literally the only reason I went. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I enjoyed Ariana. I love Ariana Grande, but Casey
Casey's your
Musgraves.
girl.
That is my. That especially like that was in her golden hour era.
Yup.
I
Like,
loved
was-
hearing
I
High
was-
Horse Lie. That was really good.
I would
Oh.
literally cry if I heard that song live. Like, it's the
I was
most
giddying
upbeat
up.
song.
I was giddying up, bro.
No,
It was
like
fun.
literally the whole reason, like I didn't even care. I like we left the crowd. To be fair, we had to leave the crowd during Ariana Grande. Me and the person that I was with, because I had an asthma attack. Oh, we don't need to.
Trauma
we don't need to
girl.
talk. No, it's just it's someone that I just like. It wasn't a good fit for the two people to go together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went for Casey Musgraves, and there was like another big artist at the time that was like performing at the exact same time. So like, frankly, if you
I
are
was gonna
like,
say Frank Ocean. I was like, what?
oh, he probably, honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised. There's also this one artist there that I really enjoyed, and it was like, it was a set of maybe, there was like maybe 50, 60 people watching, and I still have a picture with this man. I don't know who it is.
This is so off topic. You said Frank Ocean. He was at the SZA concert watching Omar Apollo perform. They're dating right now. They're so dating right now. They're so
I thought they
dating
broke
right
up.
now. They're so dating right now.
I thought they broke up.
No, I don't think they were dating beforehand. I think they're dating now.
Olivia's in the corner.
I literally can't believe that. I saw that and I was like, oh my god.
Okay, wait, can I talk about someone who I'm really oh, wait, I have to share one story about my Lollapalooza experience.
Okay.
I saw Shaq.
Yes!
I was front row.
He's coming back.
Before you get into like anything, I'm gonna say this real quick.
Okay.
You're listening to 89.1 Wider FM online at widrfm.org.
It's okay if we go over because like we only have a few episodes left.
we always
only
go
have a
over.
few episodes left until we're like done for
No,
the year.
I need to hear this
So
story.
okay. So I saw Shaq and I was like front row. Like there was two shows that I was front row to. It was Shaq and then Dean Lewis, which Dean Lewis, that was a vibe, but I did get sunburnt and I was crying.
We totally saw each other because I was in front row for Dean Lewis too.
Well, I was like on like facing the stage. I was on like the far right.
So was I.
No way.
We definitely saw each other.
I'll show you. I have a picture. That's so crazy. But I was like
Continue.
at the end, pretty much, like the end of the front row.
Oh, well then I was in the middle because I got there early.
I didn't. We were eating.
I didn't even want to see him. I
I
was just there for vibes.
me and the person that I was with, we were literally eating fries while we watched them come on stage.
I couldn't care less.
Anyway, okay, I have to tell my Shaq story.
Yeah.
So I was 16 years old. I had just turned 16. It was me and another girl that I went to school with. No parents. So we were just by ourselves. It was one of the craziest things I've ever experienced. Like, imagine being freshly 16, never really have left your small town for like
Going to Lollapalooza.
and going to Lollapalooza.
I love Shaq. He is the best quote ever, and I can't say it on the air. And I know my dad knows it though, so it's okay. I wanna see ya, mosh pit.
Oh yeah.
It's my favorite saying of all time.
Like, okay, so first off, the first thing that I saw so many people. I saw actively breaking bones. Like I watched a bone break.
Yeah, no. Like
I
that
saw this
stresses me
dude.
out.
He was in like a mosh pit. I saw his ankle snap, and I saw blood and bone. And then I saw a
Oh my God,
blonde.
actually, don't
I
say
saw
any
a.
of that.
I saw a no. And then there was multiple people being like carried off. Like the amount of people like. Oh.
Oh my god.
That's like the one video of Hannah singing video games. Someone just getting carried out, like they died while she's singing video games.
That was my phone case.
Oh my god.
That genuinely didn't sound like it. That was funny. Oh, it's because I have that sticker on the back. That's like.
All right.
Okay. Anyway,
So then I saw this girl. she rips off her wig and she sends it 50 feet flying into the air, and another man catches it. It goes like 100 feet this way.
Oh my god.
And some guy catches it and just puts it on.
Oh my god.
It's Shaq.
Word.
It's Shaq Diesel.
I know that this really isn't funny, but like just reliving it.
No,
is-
I bet like in the
Okay,
moment
yeah.
that was so funny.
Oh my god, because literally it was the whole thing of like wig snatch. Like that was that era.
Dad, we're laughing at your dad.
It was Emma.
Oh my god. No, but going off of Shaq, my dad. Trying to get us back on track. My dad saved like 5 people from that crowd because a bunch of the girls were like dying of pee. So my dad is the man of the hour today.
I probably interacted with your dad too because I was talking to like multiple like 40-year-old men.
Probably. He was like trying to get everybody out.
Okay,
'cause
I
they
just
were,
want to
like,
say I'm
struggling.
aware of what that sounded like.
Hey,
it
it's
was my phone case, but if you want to believe it because it's funnier, just believe it because that's funny. Anyway, so this year the people I'm excited about are Noah. I don't know how to fucking
Noah
frickin'. I said frick.
We are unhinged. Oh my god, I hope
I didn't. Okay, I
Yes,
don't
we
know.
need to end. Wrap it up, girl. We need to end.
Okay, so I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Noah Khan.
His TikTok
No con.
It says can, I think. So it's
Can.
like it's not a can something. I'm so excited because everyone knows he wrote like this. He wrote like the like season.
We're gonna get banned from doing this show.
Emma just
wrote-
banned us.
He wrote like the seasonal depression album of the year. And then the Beaches, who I was gonna see because they were opening up for the Aces, but then I just never
Just have
saw.
to laugh that we don't want to see any of the same people.
Sabrina Carpenter and Maggie Rogers. Can we also talk about? Did we ever figure out if Nikki was that one like girl from the YouTube twin? Like,
Nikki.
I told you no.
oh, I don't remember that.
No, it's just so funny. I will laugh about that till the day I die. We'll be in the same area and I will be like, okay, have fun. All right, that's literally all I have to say. I'm done.
yeah,
we need. I'm
sorry.
cutting us
That was-
off.
No.
We just became completely
That was
unhinged.
unhinged. That was like literally
Emma,
just us.
you did a bad thing. Okay, we need to leave. Okay, so thank you guys for listening. All the 2 people that are listening, we really appreciate the fam. Y'all are best friends because y'all have to because you're blood related.
My parents, so 3.
I don't know.
My parents were supposed to be listening, but they just
Say
informed me that
your
they aren't.
pop effect speech.
What
Oh, yeah.
pop-up? Oh yeah. Okay, so make sure you follow us on social media at the Pop Effect Pod with an E, both on Instagram and TikTok. One of the recent TikToks definitely flopped. However, one of my
Gosh, it's fine.
Who
one of my
cares?
no, I'm just saying like go check it out because it's really good.
You're making us look bad.
We flopped, so we're done. We're done. We're ending the podcast. Our life's over.
I was just gonna tell everyone like go like it, go watch it.
Failure pod. Failure pod. Oh my god.
Oh my
wait,
lord. Okay,
that's
so we're gonna cut it off
We're
now.
done. We're
Paige,
done.
say your spiel.
My spiel.
Just like bye.
Oh, bye. Come back next week, please. Please. Don't be scared of us because of today. Please don't. Please come back. I'm begging.
Okay. Paige, just
Bye.
bye.